Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 126 of What Does This Button Do? It's an educational show about smartphones and tablets with us, Geeks on Tour. Hey, how's everybody doing?
That's
Cool.
us.
Our beginner's lesson today is going to be about Google Maps, how to customize your places. But first, Chris has a quick tip. What do you have there, Chris?
I have a tip about factory reset.
Okay.
So if you're giving away your old phone, be sure to wipe it clean first. So I needed a new Android phone. So I decided that I could use Jim's old Android phone. And I wanted to wipe it clean so that it was mine. And I figured, gee, that's something I want to make sure people know. And we did do a whole episode on this, episode number 92, if you want to get into greater detail. But just for a quick tip, if you're giving away a phone, make sure to wipe it. You do not want to give it away with any of your stuff on it.
Especially your account information.
Right. And so this is kind of like formatting a hard drive on an old computer. And on Android, it's settings, personal, backup and reset, factory data reset, reset phone. And on iPhone, it's also under settings. But let me just show you. I'm not going to do a whole one, just show you where the settings are. Okay. So see if we can get any more in focus. That's a little bit better. So settings, this is the Android phone. Settings, and then I don't quite understand why, but they put it under personal. So, oops. Personal, and then backup and reset, factory data reset, and reset phone. And then in another, I'm pretty sure I can click that one. And then you have to give it your pattern. And then you have one more choice of, do you want to just reset the settings, or do you want to erase the entire contents of the phone? That's what you want to do, is erase contents. Now let me show you the iPhone. And it is also in settings, and it's under general. And it's all the way down at the bottom, reset, and erase all content and settings. I'm going to try one more time. Erase all content and settings. And then you have to give it your passcode. That's a good thing, right? You don't want anybody to pick up your phone and play with you and erase your entire phone. So just make sure to do that before you give your phone away. And I feel like I have a brand new phone here. It's new to me. It's Jim's old Nexus phone, which is a Google phone. And I'm really liking it so far.
It's a nice phone. Yeah, the only reason I stopped using this one is to get the Pixel so that I would have the latest and greatest new phone.
And I can see me getting the Pixel 2, the new phone that they just announced this week.
Does that mean I get an iPhone 10?
No, since I like all Google stuff, using it on a Google phone just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
But my iPhone 7 Plus is still just a really good phone, so I don't know.
Great camera too.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the quick tip. Just make sure to factory reset your phone before you give it away.
All right. That's pretty cool. One more. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we're Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad tablet? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. And not waiting until you have a question. You know, we try to make you aware of things that maybe you didn't know about, and then keep it at a beginning level for how to do it.
Yeah.
We do this weekly live show, and after it's recorded, we write show notes, and we make those available to Geeks on Tour members and post those notes on Wednesdays every week. So we encourage you to download those notes, maybe gather together with some friends and watch the show and take your own notes
Have a
and
watch party.
keep learning,
I
like a
like
book
that.
club.
Yeah. All right, Chris, where are we now?
We're home for a whole week before we have to take off again. But we are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And this is our home studio. Nothing else going on.
I like it. So on today's show, we have a beginner's lesson, and that's on Google Maps and how and why you want to add your places. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them here in the chat. I have that running on another screen, and I'll try and get to those questions. By Wednesday afternoon, the episode will be posted at buttonshow.com, and you can leave your comments there too. Right?
Yes, and I'm hoping you learned as much as I did about Google Maps, your places, in preparing for this show. I learned all sorts of new things. Google Maps is just amazing.
Yeah,
and it's so rich and so deep. There's so much. We're just going to want to make you aware of what your places are and a few ideas of how to use them.
Okay, we invite you to become a member at geeksontour.com. Just go to our website and click on the link that says Join Now. Check out our website, geeksontour.com. This is the weekly class, and that's where you can find all of the archives. And get into the beginner's lesson.
How to add your places. So what is the difference between Google Maps and your Google Maps? It's just being logged in. So your places are stored with your Google account, just like your email, just like your photos. So your places, you will not see them unless you are signed in to your Google account. So on the image on the left is with me signed in. All those little gold stars are places that I've saved over the years. The one on the right is Google Maps with nobody signed in. So there are no gold stars, no saved places. On a mobile app, you tap the little 3-line menu on the upper left, and that's where you'll see who is signed in. Normally, you stay signed in on your app on the phone. So it's not as much to be aware of, but just know those are for your eyes only. Your places are for you if you're logged in to your Google account. Now on a computer, there's a little bit difference between computers and the mobile devices. On a computer, your places is just 4 items. One called labeled, which is where you can save particular places and give it a label. One just called saved, which is the starred items. And that's been around for a long time. We've been teaching how to star places for years. And that's the only type of saved places that are on the computer. You'll see there are other lists on the phones. Visited, now that comes from your location history timeline, and you must have that turned on and allowed for that to be. But visited gives you where you've been lately. So it's great. Like if you went someplace last week that you want to go back to and you don't remember where it was, you can look at your places. Maps are custom maps that you create. And that's something that we teach in our Geeks on Tour tutorial videos. It's about how to make custom maps. Those also have been around for a long time. We make a map every year of all our travels, and we'll show you that. On mobile devices, there's a couple of differences. First, there's more items. Notice there's labeled and saved and upcoming. Upcoming comes from your email and your calendar. It, through artificial intelligence, says, oh, I see something on your calendar that's upcoming. Maybe you want it as marked on your map. Pretty cool. But the biggest difference is on the saved column. On the computer, the only thing under save is your starred places. on the mobile devices, saved means several different lists. The built-in lists are favorites, want to go, and starred places, which are all the past ones. Then you can make your own. So I've started a list for 1,000 Trails parks that we like to go to, Harvest Hosts, which are wineries we love to go to across the country, and hot springs. Those are custom lists that I created. And you do, for some of this to work, you have to have web and app activity turned on. Now, the first time you go to Upcoming, it'll ask you that. It'll say, you need to have that turned on. Do you want to? Yes. So why should you use your places? I mean, maybe you've been using Google Maps for years and you love it and it's fine. Why do you need to add your places? The first thing I use it for is to navigate to places. So if you've told it where home is, you can just pick up the phone, say, okay, Google, take me home, and it will navigate. You say, well, I know how to get home. Well, maybe not from where you happen to be at the time. You know, maybe you've gone into for a new friend and gone down into a neighborhood where you've never been before and don't remember how to get out. The second thing is to be reminded of places where you want to go or where you've been. We do that all the time. And then we'll see this marker on the map and say, oh, what's that? It's nearby. It's a place that we have said we wanted to go. Let's go. And third is to share places with others. And I will demonstrate all of these. There is so much. So there's no way we're going to tell you everything today. Therefore, I want to tell you about help. Help is really pretty good. And you search. So to get to help from any Google Maps screen, either on the computer or on the phone, you tap the 3-line menu and you'll see help down on the menu. Then you can search for what you want and notice that there is help for computer or Android or iPhone, iPad. So make sure you're looking at help for the right device. Now, if you go to help on your device, then it gives you the help directly for that device, and you would have to click to get something else.
You see this?
We can have, have some questions?
Yeah. Bill's asking, would using different sign-ins allow business, family, etc.?
Sure. You mean, so I can sign in as me, and we also have a Geeks On Tour at Gmail sign in. So if we wanted to have different saved places for Geeks On Tour than we do for me or for Jim, yeah. That gets, there can be such complications with trying to manipulate different accounts. I do not recommend it, but if you have a real particular reason, then yeah, it does.
Another question, where'd it go? There we go.
Wow.
Yeah. Are the Androids saved also to the desktop app?
Are the Androids saved also to the desktop app? If you save the starred items show up on any device, but the other lists only on the phones.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly why. I mean, it's a drag. I love these lists. You know, I have this list of hot springs, but if I'm on the computer, I can't see them, and I can't add to them.
Yeah, but you always have your phone in your hand.
Right. All I can say is Google lives in a world where computers are passé.
Yeah. So
any new features, I expect that will become available to the phone, but maybe not. So I'm going to demo. First, I'm going to demo a couple of things just on the computer. I'm going to save a place. I'm going to label a place. And I'm going to view a My Map. Then I'm going to go over to the phone. I'm going to spend most of the time on the Android phone and show you navigating, adding, deleting, showing and hiding, creating a list and showing my map, then I'm just going to go to the iPhone to show you a couple of differences, and that most of the stuff is the same. So if you usually watch this show and just click on the show notes to take you straight to the Apple part, no, don't do that this time because you'll miss. It works the same. So I'm going to stick mostly on the Android and just do the iPhone at the end. Ready?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, computer first. Computer first. So I go here. So on a computer, you just go to maps.google.com. And I go there often enough that I can usually just type an M and it shows up in the address bar, and now I'm on Maps. Now, people always say, well, I go by using this 9-dot grid. Sure, that's fine. But sometimes that you're not on a screen where that 9-dot grid exists. So maps.google.com will always get you there. Okay. So Jim told me that he wanted to go to a barbecue restaurant.
Oh, that sounds good.
So first I'm in my home area, and I'm going to search for barbecue restaurant. And I see, oh, Dixie Pig. Yeah, that's really a good one. Now, I want to save that on my map. So I just click on it, and now you get this card, I think they call it, this box over at the left, and there is save. So I tap on save, and notice my only choice on the computer is the gold star. But when I go to my phone, and I will show you, the gold star will be there for Dixie Pig so that I can navigate there. I don't have to search for it when I'm on the phone. Okay. Next, I want to label a place. So we have a place down on the beach where we go kayak diving, and we park at a certain spot. So it is not a named business or location. So how do I save a place that is not a place? You have to have a marker. So this is the spot right here. Oh, right here. I'm zooming in a little bit to get right to the spot. And then I click to see a marker come up. You see that? But I need that box to appear in order to get the saved. So I just click on the little box that appeared. Now the bigger box appeared, and I can click add label. So I'll kayak diving parking and enter. And now that place has a different kind of marker, not a gold star, but a label, and it says kayak diving parking. Now let's say that we are planning to go diving with a friend, and we want to inform him where to park. Well, it's kind of hard to describe this, but looky here, I can share it. So I can click share, and I get a URL. So you just copy it, Control C, and now you can go to your email and paste it in and send it to him. And it's even easier on the phone, but just to let you know. So that's a wonderful reason for using these things, is you can share markers. Okay. Now, I think that's it for the computer. No, My Map. All right. So something that also has been on the computer forever is the My Maps. We have made a map. So now I click the 3-line menu and Your Places. And here are the various. So under labeled here, we should find kayak diving parking. There. See where we have kayak diving parking, and I can tap on it in the list and it shows up. So that's how the Your Places works to see ones that you've already saved. But I want to show you a map. So a map is it's a full featured markers, text, photos, descriptions, and you save it. And we make a map for every year. So we've done a lot of traveling this year. And we put them in layers. So we went to Europe earlier this year, and that's a layer. And I can turn it off and I can turn it on. That's a layer. And then this year in the United States, in the winter, we went to the West Coast and back again. I can turn that off and on, or eastbound off and on. And the only thing left to do is this fall. So, and that's the 2, 3, 4. We're going up to Illinois. And and we have a whole set of tutorial videos on how to make these maps for our Geeks on Tour members. But I just wanted you to see it. Notice all these gold stars. I cannot hide them on the computer.
On the computer.
I can on the phone. So let's go to the phone now. And let's go back to that. Okay. So that was the computer. The computer has the saved places, but it doesn't have the special lists. So first thing I want to show you is, okay, Google, take me home. That's all there is to it. I just think that is so cool. So how does it know where home is? That was in Your Places. So now I don't want to actually navigate now. So I'm going to tap the X to get out of the navigation. And then I have to tap the left arrow up in the top to get out of the search. 3-line menu, Your Places, and there is home. And if you tap the 3-dot menu, you can edit that. Now I've made it a different address away from here so that it would have someplace to navigate to.
Because you are home.
I am home, right? So this is fake. Okay. So that is take me home. Now, let's say we want to go to that barbecue place. So what do you think? Can you see this good enough, or do I have to switch to our other method? I want to go to the barbecue place. I saved it. So I can tap on the 3-line menu, Your Places, saved. And since I created it on the computer, it was just a starred place. And I would have to look for the barbecue. And I have a lot of saved places. But since it was actual restaurant, it should have a little picture here and everything. Now, this is why the new feature of individual lists are good. So you don't have so many.
Well, you want to try the reflector? People are saying it's
too blurry, huh? I don't know what happened, but yeah, we have a backup. So let me try that. And we need to minimize this stuff so that, there we go. All right. So now you can see the phone very clearly, but you can't see my fingers. But since something was just so blurry about it. Okay. So I'm still looking for Dixie Pig. And I'm not finding it. So let me go on because I just don't want to take that time. And let's just find another place. So still under the starred places, how about Las Pampas Grill? That really was good, actually. That's better. Oh, there's Dixie Pig right there. Jeez, I'm just blind. So you just tap it, and then you tap directions, and you start. So by having saved this place earlier, now when we're ready to go, I can bring it up on my phone and navigate there. But I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to X the navigation, and I'm going to tap the left arrow, and the left arrow again, and again, and again, to get all the way back to my map. See all those gold stars? I can turn them off on the phone. 3-line menu, your places, and saved. And now they aren't all the saved, they are just one of the lists. And each list can be hidden, hide on your map. So much cleaner. But you know that they are still there. Anytime you want to see them, you can bring them back up. All right. So one other place, Jim has been talking about this state park called Tomoka. I'm just in Google Maps. I can search for Tomoka State Park. Now, I'm not going to navigate there right now, and I don't necessarily plan to go there, but I just want it on my list of want to go places. Step one is you find it and you get the marker. So as long as the marker is there, and at the bottom it says Tomoka State Park, but where is the place that I can click save? You have to swipe up. So I'm putting my finger down at the very bottom of the phone and then swiping up. Okay. There. And now I have the options. I have the options to save. And rather than just saving, I have the options to save it in particular lists. I'm going to save that in the want to go list. That means it'll get a green flag. So want to go. And now, even when the marker is gone, the little green flag is there. And this has really come in handy. This summer, let me show you, we were up in Indiana, and we needed to go to New York. And we had a choice of going under the lakes or over the lakes. And I had these want to go markers showing up. And I said, oh, what's that? And I tapped it, and it said, Boondockers Welcome. Ooh, we like them. And this one said Road Trek Motorhomes Factory. So that made our decision right there. I had entered those several months earlier. So want to go on your map will just remind you of places, and when you're in the area, you'll see them. Okay, so I want a list of restaurants that we like, a specific list, not having to search. So I'm going to go to your places and saved, and I'm going to tap the plus. That will make a new list. This is fave restaurants. Okay, and save. Now I go into fave restaurants, and there's a plus at the lower right-hand corner. I tap the plus, and let's find Dixie Pig again. All right, that is now added to our restaurants. Let's do, what was the?
Pirates Republic.
Okay. Pirates Republic is a favorite of ours. And Stouts is a favorite of ours. And Funky Buddha, not necessarily a restaurant.
They do have food, but they have really good beer.
All right. So that's how you create a list. Now, let's say that we have friends that we get together with for dinner often, and we never remember where we want to go. Well, we can share this whole list with them. And now they see our list of favorites, and I'm not sure if they can add to it, but there might be a way you can get them to add to it. But you just send them an email. I'll just share it with Jim.
She doesn't know how to spell my name.
Fave restaurants.
Okay.
So sharing a list. And last,
but not least,
is maps. So here I am on the phone. I'll start over in Google Maps, 3-line menu, and notice my little face right there. This is where we see who is logged in. It's up in the top left. So this is the personalized maps for me, your places, and this time I want a map. And our 2017 Geeks On Tour. There is the same map showing on the phone that you saw on the computer. Now I can't edit it on the phone. I mean, there are ways, but generally speaking, you need to have a computer to create and edit these, but you can see it. And notice where it says View Map Legend down at the bottom. I can tap there. And the same thing. I don't want to be confused by all the stuff on there. I'm going to uncheck the Europe, uncheck the winter, uncheck eastbound, and uncheck summer so that the only items I'm going to be seeing is fall. And I can go back. And it's still showing my want to go markers. Those are the lists. I can turn them off by your places. Saved. Want to go. Hide on your map. Now it's getting a little bit cleaner. My point, though, is I know that the next place we need to go is that orange number 3. So with the map that we created for our year's worth of travels, I can now navigate to the next place we need to go by bringing it up on the phone. I tap on 3, tap on directions. Now the little car in the upper left is how I tell it I want to drive there. We have to tell it where we're starting. See at the very top where it says choose starting point? It's starting off blank. Sometimes it automatically starts from your location. Sometimes it waits for you to tell it that you want to start from your location. And start. So we are now navigating to the next destination based on a marker in our overall map created with my maps. All right. One other thing I wanted to, you had an interesting saved marker, Jim.
Oh yeah.
From earlier this year. I was just looking at his phone to see, oh, how does he use, what kind of places does he save?
Yeah.
And I saw broke down.
Right. We were broke down in Arizona with the old rig, and I wanted to save that spot. So that's what I did. And I just put a marker on my phone where we had broken down, and I could share that with the tow company or somebody that was going to come and save us.
Well, I want to see what that would look like. So go to it now. So the way he created it, because there was not a particular location, we were just broke down on the side of the highway. He long pressed on the spot where we were. You could see where we were with the blue dot. Long press, a marker comes up.
Right.
And then he saved it as a name, as a labeled place.
Right.
and it was labeled broke down.
So I could search for that. Because I labeled it, just broke down, I could find that again very easily just by doing a search in my map for broke down.
And then you can swipe up from the bottom.
Right.
And share.
And, well, I have saved, labeled, share, so I could share that.
And just email it, or, yeah, share with me. So pretend that I am the tow truck company.
Okay. So I've dropped a pin, I've named it, and I can share that either with a text or an email or any way. I just emailed it to Chris.
Okay. So now I can open up my email. And there we go. Jim Gould, drop pin. Now he could have changed that subject. He just did it quick. And when I tap on the link in that email, oh, I should have, yeah, there we go. It takes me to that marker, and I could now navigate to that spot.
It'll take a while for you to get there.
This was out in Arizona. Yeah.
But that's just a good example of how easy and fast it can be just to drop a pin, save it, share it, and done deal.
And we have done that often with friends. So we're boondocking in the middle of the desert, and we want to give them directions of where we are. Mm-hmm. We just save a pin and share it with them, and they can get directions. All right. So now we're going to go to the iPhone, but just for a couple of things. I'm doing good. All right. Oh, I don't even have, I can relax.
Relax, everything's fine.
Maybe I do like this. Okay. First thing is if I say, hey, Siri, take me home.
Getting directions to home.
It works just the same. And here we are. We're navigating to home because, yeah, okay. But doesn't this look a little different?
That's Apple Maps.
That's Apple Maps because Siri is Apple. So she talks to Apple Maps, not Google Maps. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But, but we teach Google Maps. So how would you do that? Google Maps, the only difference is you just don't use Siri. You just use Google Maps. Open Google Maps and get back to the main. And notice the little microphone up at the top. Take me home. So it's still pretty easy. You just don't do it with Siri if you want to use Google Maps. All right, I'm going to tap the X. So that's the main difference. And let me see what else. I want to just show you that the same places are here. So if I have my iPhone in my hand and we're ready to go to dinner and I want to see my list of favorite restaurants, 3-line menu, your places, saved, and fave restaurants. Right there. I created that on my Android, but since it all is stored in the cloud with my Google account, my iPhone can navigate to Dixie Pig just as well as the Android. I can also open up the map. And I can tap the number 3 and navigate there. I think that's it. Now just remember help. Remember help. Please, please, please. You tap the 3-line menu. Help and feedback is down at the bottom. And this is what I read through in preparing for these classes. So take advantage of it. All right.
What you doing?
I'm trying to get back to that screen. Remember, that's there's some quirks to this.
Well, let's see. A couple of questions. Was that the Cars movie site?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
It was Radiator Springs.
We broke down in Radiator Springs, and guess what? We had to get repaired.
A radiator.
We had to get a whole new radiator. That was great.
Okay. Rosemary says, cool. Never noticed the microphone in Gmaps. That's, yeah. Whenever you look for that microphone, whenever you see that, it just means that you can tap that and dictate. You don't have to type. And it is cool. Mara says, when I view Map Legends on my Android, it takes me to another screen and it shows base layer. I don't know if...
Oh, I know what that is.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. My map has all sorts of places on it, and it can have a different base map. So that's what you're seeing. So I now have and this is, how do you turn it off? I have all these markers on my map now, right? Why is that? Because I opened the My Map called 2017 Geeks on Tour. How do I get it to go away? 3-line menu, and it's right there in the middle. You see that where it says, if you tap on the I, then you can close it. But while I'm in here, this isn't showing me the base map. Maybe that was just on Android. The base map just changes the underlying map from satellite view to a geographic view to just road view. That is an option of the My Map, of the overall My Map that's on there. And yeah, it doesn't seem to appear on the iPhone.
Base map.
Base map. Base map is just that. Go ahead, tap it. Just say, what's this button do?
All right. Okay, where are we? Well, we do invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com, search for Geeks on Tour. You'll find us there. And like us on Facebook. The more likes we get, the better we feel. All right, our app of the week. This week is an app called Hiya. It used to be called White Pages Caller ID. It is a cool app. I've put it on my phone. Where are you going?
I didn't.
Oh.
I say this reflector is.
Well, close it. You're done with it. You can't.
There we go.
All right. There we go. It identifies the important calls you want to take, and it blocks numbers that you want to avoid. It is really, really handy for that. You have some settings there. You install it. It's for both the Apple and the Android. You get your call settings, and you can set up call blocking. And it just sits on top of your phone app, and it knows a lot of the spam caller numbers already, and it'll automatically block those and give you an indication that it's a bad phone call. And then it already has found thousands and thousands of fraud and scam numbers. So those are really handy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was because of the Yahoo hack. Everybody who had a Yahoo account got hacked. And I had a Yahoo account, and there wasn't anything there, but my phone number was there. And I wonder if that's why I got so much. But with hiya, this is what I see on my phone.
Yeah.
And I just ignore them. I just turn off the sound. You know,
Yeah.
I just
see a bag, click off, whatever. Another thing that I've found really helpful is when I answer the phone, my phone is the business phone. So I always answer Geeks on Tour. This is Jim. And a lot of times before I got hiya and I didn't know what it was, they would just hang up. It's a business. They don't want to talk to you. So let's see how that goes. That's pretty weird.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
I can't either. It's time to go, though. Let's see. Karen says, as a map reader, she really liked the show. She likes maps. We like maps.
Google
too.
Maps is just amazing.
So did you learn something? I know I did. To see your places on Google Maps, you must what?
Be logged in. Be signed in to your Google account.
Okay. Any saved place in Google Maps can be viewed on any computer or mobile device. True or false?
False. There's all these new lists that can only be seen on the mobile devices.
Right. Okay. On a mobile device, you can tap on a place. Then to see the save option, what do you have to do?
Swipe up.
Swipe
Or
up from the-
sometimes I've noticed it works just by kind of tapping where it says the thing down to bottom.
What does this button do?
Yeah, right. Just find, you just want more information about the place. Look at the bottom, swipe up or tap.
Yeah. And which of the following cannot be seen on the computer browser version of Google Maps? My Maps, Want to Go list, or Starred Places?
It's the lists. So it's B that cannot be seen on the computer browser.
And which of the following allows you to plan your travels for the year and then navigate to any stop? A, My Maps, B, Want to Go list, or C, Starred Places?
What I demonstrated was My Maps.
So A.
I love My Maps. I have one for every year.
Okay. Well, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our weekly shows?
geeksontour.com, and the menu item is weekly class.
Okay, and the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters.
geeksontour.com, the menu item is blogs and news. It's under there.
And the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour.
The complete learning library of our prepared tutorial videos.
Deep breath.
You can ask questions in the member Q&A and the show notes for these shows.
And discounts, products and services, and you even get all of our books, including Google Photos ebook. All right. And we do invite you to become a member. If you do, you get all of those benefits and more. Next time, we're not sure. We'll be in the RV. We're going to be traveling next Sunday.
We'll be in Arkansas somewhere.
And if we have good bandwidth, we'll do a show. So the next show topic is going to be one of those things. Watch for the posting, the show notes on Wednesday at thebuttonshow.com. If you have an idea for a topic for one of these shows, go ahead and click on the suggestion box at thebuttonshow.com. That's about it for us. Look for us next week. We'll see you next time. Thanks. More to play with? How does it? Oh, here's a question. How does it know your place is visited if you did not tell Google Maps?
Location history timeline.
Location history.
And we covered that in the we did a episode on location services. You do have to turn it on. You have to allow it. But if you allow it, Google records every place you went. I find it very useful.
Okay. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour. See you next time.
Keep pressing those buttons.